Hi, welcome to my channel at Fancy e-learning videos. Okay, so today's session on cyber podcast is going to be on cyberbullying. And once again, I do have one of my panel, okay, Dataka. I'll give him space for him to say hi to, my listeners out there. So, Dataka, are you there?
Yeah, Abs, I'm here.
Great. So maybe you could say hi or something to my listeners because they would want to hear your voice. Yeah.
Hi, and good evening to everyone out there. It's a pleasure being here once again with Abs. I expect nothing but the best from this session.
Great. In fact, my listeners, this session is actually for everybody, for children, for parents, for, youth, adults, anybody, because cyberbullying is something that, it has been happening, especially on some particular platforms. I don't want to mention, right, because we have our specialist or our analyst here who is going to talk more about it. So once again, today's session is on cyberbullying, and we do have Dataka. Dataka is going to explain some things for us to understand, some signs, some ways of identifying, and even with reporting, if there is a need be or if there need be for us to, report, right? So I do have some few questions once again, because the podcast is going to be questions and answers for it to be very interactive. So Dataka, my very first question is, what is cyberbullying? Because, I've been seeing cyberbullying, but, to a layman, I'm not sure the person would know. So if in your own domain, how you could explain cyberbullying, you can actually add examples or, something like that for us to, appreciate what cyberbullying is.
All right. So when we talk about cyberbullying, it's simply the use of digital platforms such as social media, messaging apps, or gaming forums to harass, intimidate, or humiliate someone. All right. And, this can include sending threatening messages, spreading false information, or posting harmful content about an individual. So this is it when we talk about cyberbullying.
Oh, okay. So that was back then in school when we went for SHS. I don't know, some people went to SSS, but me, I remember I went to SHS. SHS, we had people who used to bully. They are not entirely to bully us, but then they just kind of intimidate us that, yes, I've been in the school for long, right? That kind of thing. So is it just like it's, because that's a way of like traditional bullying. Is it a traditional bullying, or like what's the difference between the two? Well, how different is it from traditional bullying?
So when it comes to cyberbullying, it happens on the internet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so let me say that is the difference between cyberbullying and then the traditional kind of bullying, the one we are talking about. High school, where you see your seniors, hey, where are you? Come here. Don't threaten.
That's true.
That's the traditional way of bullying. But cyberbullying happens on the internet.
Oh, okay. Oh, so my listeners, if your kids have phones and they go on the internet, and they are being bullied, that is not a normal bullying. That is a cyber bully, right? All right, okay. But in which, social platforms do these things often, okay? Because one of the places I know Facebook, they do that a lot. But aside Facebook, could you help us identify those social media platforms that such issues happen?
Sure. So, we can also talk about Instagram. We can talk about Twitter now, the X, and so those are, and then TikTok. Those are the social media platforms that cyberbullying normally occur.
Okay. So thank you so much for letting us know that aside Facebook, we do have the Twitter. Formerly Twitter. That's X. It's currently X now. Then you also mentioned Instagram, that is the IG. You also mentioned TikTok. I think TikTok, I've been seeing a lot of bullies. People posting, a whole lot of comments. It's terrible. And
Yes,
we really have to, have measures in place to stop this, because I mean, if it doesn't affect the adult, it affects the child. I think I've already answered the next question, but let me still ask: who is most at risk when it comes to cyberbullying? I mean,
Okay, so
yeah.
so when it comes to who is most at risk with regards to cyberbullying, we are looking at the teenagers and young adults who are the most targeted people over here. All right, and also the individuals who are active on social media. Also, those who belong to some known to be groups that are not accepted in society. I mean, the LGBTQ and individuals
Yeah. That's
or
true.
minorities. Yeah, so those are the type of people that are targeted when it comes to cyberbullying.
It's true. That is very true. Children, young adults, teenagers. I mean, so far as your child is using a computer, using the internet, you should be mindful. Maybe he or she is being bullied. Okay, so the next one is what emotional and psychological effect does it have on? I'm being quite specific here. Children. Let's go to children first.
Sure. So over here we can talk about anxiety, depression, or stress.
That's
All
true.
right. When you go through cyberbullying, you kind of be depressed and you be stressed out and all that. People, calling you names and stuff. And we can also look at low self-esteem, and feeling of helplessness. You feel like there's no one out there that is defending you. You are all alone and stuff. And also social withdrawal and fear of online interactions. When it happens like that, you try to isolate yourself from your
Family.
peers
It's
and
true. It's true.
and
It's true.
also you are scared to go back to the internet to do whatever you used to do and all stuff. So these are a few things. We can also look at academic related challenges due to distraction or avoidance. Your video is out there saying a whole lot of bad things about you. Distract your attention from school.
That's true.
I mean,
That's true.
yeah.
That's
And
true.
so those are a few things we can look at when children are being bullied on the internet.
Okay, thank you so much for the emotional and psychological effects you gave, especially these things that impact children. And I mean, aside everything you've spoken about, how can we, right, as individuals, as parents, as family, even as children, identify or recognize these kind of bullies? How do I know this is even a cyber bully? So I should either refrain from it, or I should prevent getting in contact or testing such persons to, so that I get myself free from this cyberbullying. How do I get to recognize them?
All right, so when you receive unwanted, harmful or threatening messages, all right, it's a red flag. When you find offensive or embarrassing content about yourself on the internet, you being excluded or ostracized in online groups. Noticing repeated spreading, impersonation, or spreading of false rumors about you and stuff. So these are some of the signs that gives you a heads up that you are being a victim of cyber bullying. Yeah.
Oh.
So these are a few things that will give you an idea whether or not you are a victim of a cyber bully or not.
But nowadays the Gen Zs and millennials and Gen Alphas and beta, they are not grown yet. But then now how the world is going, things are getting slangs. They talk in slang. So sometimes if you don't understand, you literally, on Twitter I see that a lot. Sorry, on X, formerly Twitter. There's been a time someone posted a picture and the comments are not bad, but then they mean something. They literally, so the way now the slangs are, how their choice of words, the dictions they use, you may tend to not recognize that, yeah, this is, a red flag when it comes to cyberbullying. So what do we do about that? We shouldn't even post pictures. I mean, what can you do? What can you say about these things? Because these are like proactive measures we can put in place aside the reactive ones.
Yeah, sure. I mean, you can post picture on your social media platform, but be guided the kind of picture you post on your social media platforms. It is not everyone, or yes, it's not everyone that's your connection on the internet or on a certain social media platform that will say something positive about a picture or whatever you post on your social media platform. So you should also expect some negative stuff from those people.
So you mean we should psych our mind for anything negative?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
So far as we are posting our pictures.
Yes, exactly.
Okay. I mean, that is good, because sometimes if you know what is ahead of you, I mean, you don't really get so worried. I mean, people also say that if I've been bullied before, I mean, which other kind of bully can't I withstand? Because people have that perception, but not everybody is as resilient and perseverance and persistent as such persons. Anyway, so my very last questions, I think question. There should be just one question. Sorry. How can parents protect their children from cyberbullying? This is a very crucial question, and I wish parents are listening to this. All listeners, I mean, if you are a parent, you can share with your parent friend, share, so that they will be able to know how to protect their kids. So, Dataka, could you help us know or give us some tidbits on how to protect our children from these kind of, issues?
All right. Let me mention the very first thing that the parents should be doing is to be educating their children about online safety and appropriate behavior. Yes, you have to educate your child on what to do on the internet, what not to do on the internet, which website to visit, which website not to visit. And they should also monitor the internet activity without invading their privacy. You can probably you have Wi-Fi in the house and all that. You can restrict your child from visiting certain websites. Okay, that doesn't mean that you should go to your child. Hey, bring your device, bring your phone, bring your tablet. Let me see the website.
It's true. If you do that, children get scared.
You are invading into the child's privacy, which is also not good.
Yeah.
All right. So let's monitor the activity on the internet, but not invading their privacy. That's very necessary. Let's also encourage open communication so children could feel comfortable sharing their experiences.
This is very
create
good.
That room for your child to approach you, to share whatever thing they are going through, or they are going through on the internet and all that. So you could advise, on that. Let's also let the parents also teach them to block and report bullies online. We often hear of these social media bullies and other things. There are institutions that are set up to receive such complaints and stuff. So whenever you feel like you are being bullied on the internet, let whoever should hear it, and then the necessary action will be taken against that person that is bullying you on the internet. And also apps, I will say that they should stay informed, about the platforms their children use. So you have to know that, whenever my child is on the internet, he or she is either on this platform or this website or whatever it is. Know the websites that your child visits. And yes. And lastly, let me say that so consider using parental control tools to manage online activities. there are tools out there that it helps you, the parent, to monitor and also control your child's activity on the internet. So yeah, for me, these steps are very necessary for the parents to take, and all with so doing, they will help protect their child on the internet.
Oh, that's true. I think with those parental control guidelines or tools, I know of Net Nanny, then Google Family.
Yes.
I think Google Family Link or some Family Link. There was something like that.
Yes.
We will drop all
Yes.
those ones in the comment section. Actually, our viewers, our listeners, and parents to have them, so they can also learn to protect their kids. That's
Yes.
very true. That's very true. I think today's session has been very great because we all have been bullied one way or the other. I remember my very first time being bullied on the internet. It was terrible. I don't want to recall, it was a bad one. But I was able to pull through. Not everybody will be able to pull through. And this session, once again, was on cyberbullying. We've had that hacker explain what cyberbullying is, has actually differentiated the differences between cyberbullying and traditional bullying. He also mentioned some common social media platforms where this kind of cyberbullying happens, some emotional and psychological impact it has on children. Talked about all these things and even how to protect, how to recognize cyberbullying and protecting our children from cyberbullying. I think today's session has been great, and thank you so much, Tataka. Do have a nice day, my viewers. But Tataka, if you have any, last words for us.
Well, I will just say that our listeners out there should, recommend this channel. Go to YouTube, subscribe, and like every post.
Thank you,
on this channel.
Listeners. Are you listening?
Trust me, we have a whole lot of stars for this.
That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Yo, listeners. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dataka. Thank you, listeners.